The Vampire's Warden, Undead in the Brown Country Series, Book Number 1, by S.F. Wright. Your mother is still alive, Dr. Chester Fleming tells Sara. Sara looks at him in disbelief. Her mother had died 14 years ago. That can't be right. The doctor looked at her and shook his head sadly. Your father told me before he passed. He gave it to me to give to you, his journal. It will explain everything. So consumed by the fact that her mother didn't die, but had instead abandoned both Sara and her younger sister Katie, the journal was put aside. As she tried to come to grips with her mother's desertion of her family when both girls were so young, Sara thinks, who does that to two little girls? Just walks away. Sara was just trying to put her father's passing behind. Now this. Since her father's passed, Sara Brightman's world gets a lot harder. She is responsible for the inn, the farm, the livestock, and helping her sister Katie go to Purdue University. A head-injured man is found outside and taken into her inn to recuperate. When Sara touches him, they share visions of the North Meadow on her farm. The man tells her he is Alex, and he's here to help her. Alex has been sent by her mother to protect her. Well, Sara starts reading the journal. She finds out that she's from a long line of Pawnee ancestors who maintain a magical field of energy on the farm. It holds 9 vampires in place in a state of sleep. Now, vampires can only go in or leave with the permission of the warden. One vampire is awake. His name is Michael. Michael is the only one that had been placed within the energy field against his will, as he was too dangerous to be let loose per the Vampire Council, the governing body law of vampires. Now, as Sara and Michael get to know each other, an emotional attraction develops, and she discovers that he is a vampire that she can trust, or can she? And now I found some holes in the plot where suddenly a direction was swapped out and plot drifted in another direction, confusing the reader. The author would introduce characters and then we would never hear from them again. Some editorial mistakes, the author just needed to just read out loud her story and she would have caught them. Overall, I like the concept, but I wish the author did more studying into real guard/prisoner interactions. Most prisoners want to escape, and that is their normal focus. Great concept for a storyline, though, and I would have just liked it a little bit more fleshed out. If you don't think too much about the premises as it is still a great read. Now, I give this novel 3 out of 5 stars. This is the first of 5 novels in the Undead in Brown Country series, with the 5th coming out in the future. Now, while I have not read the other books in this series, I do encourage the reader to investigate them and find out if, they're as good as the first one is, or perhaps they're better. Either way. And basically, like I said, I give this novel 3 out of 5 stars. Now, you can get this book at Amazon.com and BarnesandNoble.com and your local bookstore. I do encourage you to look over the book and see if this is something right for you. Don't just read a book. Discover everything about it. Reader Radio.